Okay, listen, some of us can't afford to hardly work, okay? Because when we work hard, it's still not enough. I'm turning 30, and for the next 30 days until my birthday, I'm gonna be telling you something embarrassing I did that made me question if I'm capable of working. When I was 16, I got hired after one phone interview for a job to work at a snack protein bar at a gym. You know what? I was very lucky that job ended up being legit, okay? Because that quite literally sounds like the beginning of an episode of Dateline. I was so excited to start this job, okay? Because it was at a gym that even if I had generational wealth and saved all my paychecks, I could still only afford half of the membership, okay? But since I worked there, I would get to go for free. I arrive at my first day, I meet with my boss, and with barely an introduction, he immediately starts teaching me everything and starts delegating tasks. I consider myself a fast learner, okay? But no matter how you teach me, I'm never gonna be able to quickly pick up Russian. My boss had the thickest accent that honestly 75% of our conversation was absolutely not in English. I really wanted to keep this job, okay? And I wanted to impress him. So I just kept on nodding my head in agreement like da. The moment I was thinking either he knows I'm trying to say yes in Russian or he thinks I'm trying to act like an infant, trying to say dad as its first words, okay? But it didn't seem like he minded that at all. And now looking back, that's very alarming. Literally after 1 hour, okay, 1 hour, he turns to me and goes, "You good? You good. Okay, I leave you here, you close, you turn off every switch, and then you leave and lock up." He then gave me a key, left me on my first day after 1 hour to go and run his business. At 16, the only thing I was proficient at was either running my mouth or coding in terms of like decorating my MySpace layout, okay? But to run a business, my talents can only go so far. I did exactly what he told me to do, okay? I sold some protein shakes, I sold some sandwiches, and then when it was time to go, I turned off every switch that was labeled on and then closed up shop for the day. Next day, I was not assigned to work, okay? And while I was at school, my boss had called me 25 times. At the time, I didn't have a lot of job experience, okay? So when I saw that many missed calls, I was like, okay, it's giving employee of the month. He's just dying to talk to me. Once school was done, I saw that he had left me a voicemail, so I listened to it. This man left me a message screaming at the top of his lungs that when I was turning off all the switches, which he told me to do, okay, I happened to turn off the switch to the fridge that had all the milk and fruit and sandwiches, and they all went bad and bugs got in it overnight. After one fucking day, he fired me. I was in shock, okay, because the shit I took at work that day was longer than my employment there. In my mind, I know it was his fault for leaving me alone, for trusting me after 1 hour of knowing me to run his business. Like, I know it wasn't my fault. But in my soul, okay, I wish I could have turned off the switch to my life, because you know how embarrassing it is to tell everyone that I got fired after one day?